Hello, YouTube friends. Cartoon Mark here with a marker review of 4 markers. I believe we got the Sharpie, the Chartpak, Crayola, and the Markette. Up first is the trusty old Sharpie Fine Point. The pros on this. Well, first, let me just tell you what I use these for. If you don't know who I am, I'm a cartoonist. I do lots of cartoons and caricatures for events. So that's where I base these off of. Drop a comment and which one's your favorite. So here we go. Sharpie up first. The pros is you can get a good fine line out of this with the fine point. Also, I was impressed with the value of color in the Sharpie. The value of the black, obviously, and it was very deep. And it wasn't like purpley or greenish like some of the other ones that we'll get into. So overall, very impressed. The cons, you run out quickly. The Sharpie does not last long. So the pros would be you can get it anywhere, get it quick. It's got a good fine point, but it doesn't last very long. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. All right, let's see who's up next here. The old Markette. Markette I got from a company called GoofyFaces.com. They're a caricature company. I believe Robert Bauer runs the company. So I think he's kind of one of the only ones where you can get these. I'll try to put a link in the description. Markette was very specific to caricature artists in the 80s and 90s, from what I was told. I was really excited to use this. It almost reminded me of the design pen that you used to see in the 80s. But when I use it, the nib falls apart, not apart, but it leans to one side or the other. The value is pretty good, but not much good about this, in my opinion. I like the flexibility of the nib. That's the pros, but a lot of cons. The con is it bleeds. Out of all 4 markers, this one bleeds the most. Like if you stop when you're drawing your line, if you stop for a millisecond, you're going to bleed right through your paper. I don't like that. And I just was so excited to use it. It's okay in a pinch, but man, I thought it was going to be just like that 80s marker that you see, that we used to see them guys using. But anyway, I give it a 3 out of 10. I want it to be better. It just wasn't for me. Up next is the Chartpak. Chartpak, I believe, is used by a lot of caricature artists in the carnival scene. So I got a couple boxes of these. We will get into the pros. The pros is this thing goes on the paper so smooth. It's very smooth. You can get that kind of a fine line. I wish I could get a finer line, like, when you're doing eyelashes or wrinkles or something, but we can't really get that. But the pros, I'd say, is it goes on very smooth and the value is good. And it doesn't bleed too much. The cons is, yes, it does bleed, but you can kind of control it if you keep the pen moving. The big con for this is the smell, as all of you know. They really stink really bad, and that's the Chartpak. It's good. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Not bad, but okay. I guess you guessed it, guys. We saved the best for last. I got boxes and boxes of those Crayolas. This is a Crayola black marker. I use these very specifically for caricature, live events. Look at this thin and thick line that you can get. I can get the thinnest of lines with this. That's the pros. I can get the thickest of lines with this, and I can really lay down on that marker so hard, and that can take it. It can take a beating, and take the cap off when you're drawing live. That's a pro tip. You can get even deeper, thicker, bolder lines. A lot of pros with this. It always, 90% of the time, while I'm drawing at my events, always sparks a conversation. Oh, you use those Crayolas, huh? My kids use those. I'm like, yep. I've tried all the markers they tell us to use, and this is the one I keep coming back to. It's the one that works for me. The cons is it doesn't last as long as I would want it to. It does last quite a bit. The other con is when it starts going, it gets kind of green or purplish, as you guys will know. And I think they have some of these that can get refilled. But I give a 9 out of 10 for Crayola. That's just me. So, guys, thanks for watching. That's the marker review. Drop a comment. What do you think? What's your favorite? What do you use? Thanks.